Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's Totally Toned workout. We're gonna have something a little different for you today. We're gonna get a little cardio with a great full body workout. You're going to need a set of medium weights, 5 to 8 pound bells, and then a resistance band with handles like this. A theraband might work well too if you have one. If you don't have either of those options, you can just grab either a set of 3 to 5 pound bells or some soup cans or water bottles for some various exercises that we're going to be doing and using just your body weight. So let's go ahead and get started with our 15 minutes of full body warm-ups, and then we'll hop right into it, literally. All right, let's get warmed up. Hands on the hips, on the toes, back on the heels. Heels up nice and high in the back, bringing them up right behind those toes. Don't let those ankles bow out like this. You want to have the heels come straight up in the back. Warming up those shins and the calves, it's going to help with any knee pain that you might be having. Give me 3, 2, last one. Now bring the feet wide, arms wide. We're going to warm up that core. We're going to twist the torso. Hips stay facing me. Hands come behind the mid-back. Warming up that core, warming up the back. Push through those heels as you rotate the torso. Give me 2 more each side. 1 more each side. Now let's warm up those hips and the hamstrings. We're going to bring the arms out in front of us, parallel to the floor, feet hip width apart. We're going to squat and kick. Squat and kick. Toes are in front of the heels. Knees are in front of the hips as you squat back and kick. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Bring that foot as high as you can. Doesn't have to touch the hands, but great if it does. 1 more each side. Now we're going to work on our posture. Hands come to the mid-back. Draw the shoulders and elbows back, chest out. We're going to warm up those quads, rock and kick. Heel to the rear. Stick that chest out, draw those shoulders and elbows back. Working on our posture in the upper body while we warm up that lower body. Try to get that heel all the way up there in the back if you can. Again, it's okay if you can't, but try to get that heel up to the rear. 4, 3, 2, 1 more each side. Now we're going to get some lateral movement, opening up the hips and those hamstrings. We're going to step wide to the side, kick with the other foot. Cross, feet are flat. Going to come down, tap those toes. Stretch out those hips and hamstrings, back and forth. Get as low as you can each time you're moving. Try to go a little lower with those fingertips. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. 1 more each side. All right, let me adjust my camera angle here a second. Awesome. Let's work on our balance and open up the hips. We're going to plant the left leg, right foot's going to come forward and down. We're working it around the body, front, corner, and down, out to the side, back, corner, straight back, tighten the rear, again to the back, back, corner, out to the side, working it back to the front, front corner, and then straight ahead, switching sides, forward and down, front, corner, and down, out to the side, back, corner, straight back, tighten the rear, again to the back, back, corner, out to the side, front, corner, and finish out straight ahead. Now we're going to go into that coordination and balance exercise, the goblet squat and reach, feet hip width apart, toes in front of your heels. We're going to reach up to the ceiling, forward, beneath, rear comes back, nice and low, squat and hold. One arm comes up, the other, and stand nice and tall, fingertips to the ceiling. Forward, beneath, squat and hold, rear low, hinging at the waist, bending at the knees. This is really gonna help your squatting technique. Hinge at the waist, back and then down. One arm, the other, and come up, fingertips to the ceiling. Curl those toes up so you're not using them. Push those heels down into the floor. Hinging at the waist, rear and hips come behind those knees, and then hinge forward, tightening the rear, pulling the belly button into the spine. We're gonna do 5 more. 4, and 3. Make sure those knees aren't coming wider forward. 2, they should stay over those heels. Last one, forward, beneath, squat and hold, stay low. One arm, the other, and come up. Bring those hands down, bring your feet wide, push the knees to the back. Try to get those hands as low as you can, stretching out those hamstrings in your back. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up through the heels. Now we're gonna go into jacks or modified jacks, 30 seconds. Fingertips touching over the head, touching the legs at the bottom, feet come wide, and then hip width apart. If you're doing modified, we're gonna lean into it. Chest towards the knees, bringing the foot wide, leaning into it. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Catch your breath, breathe from the belly. We're gonna roll the shoulders to the back. 4, 3, 2, and 1 to the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. We're gonna go to the wall for our wall sit or a squat and hold. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. Rest that back against the wall, walk the feet out. We're gonna lower the rear till the hips and the rear are behind the knees. Knees are over the heels, toes in front of those heels. Belly button into the spine, spine into the wall. We're holding it here for 30 seconds. If you're joining in live, make sure you have a set of 5 to 8 pound bells and a resistance band if you have one. If you don't, simply grab a set of 3 to 5 pound bells or some soup cans or water bottles for some various exercise we're going to be using the resistance band for. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push up the wall. Now that we've warmed up that lower body, we're going to warm up the upper body. Feet wide, arms wide, small circles to the front. We're going to warm up those shoulders. I'm going to tone those underarms. Now tilt the pelvis forward, tighten the rear, engage that core by pulling the belly button into the spine. Little bitty circles out to the side. Halfway there, and then we're going to reverse it for another 30 seconds. Small circles. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Arms are going to come back out. Let's reverse that circle to the back. Don't think about the shoulders. I know they're on fire. Push all that energy from your shoulders through your body into those heels, into the floor. Hold that head high. Big breath. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Let's go into shoulder shrugs. Shoulders high, hands low. Shoulders high, hands low. Warming up those shoulders, toning the upper back and the shoulders with this one, pushing all that stress away. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now bring the arms out to the side. We're going to go into over unders. One hand over and then the other. One hand and then the other. Over and under. Try to keep those hips over the heels. We don't want the belly button coming forward. Don't want those hips moving. Give me 5 and switch. 4 and switch. 3 and 2. One more each side. And bring those hands down. Give your shoulders a little rest. We're going to bring the hands forward and together. We're going to squeeze in the back, clap in the front, squeeze in the back, clap in the front, opening up the chest, strengthening the back and those shoulders. This is going to help your posture. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those hands down, push that away with windmills. One arm across the body and out, the other across the body and out. Now both hands to the middle and then push out to the side. One arm, the other, and both. Again, one arm, the other, and both. Keep warming up those shoulders. Push all the way out through those fingertips. Last one. One arm, the other, and both. Now your neck. We're going to look to the side, center, and switch. Center, side, center, and switch. Center, one more. Now, up to your ceiling and down to the floor. Ceiling and floor. One more. Roll the neck in a big circle all the way around. Mine's super noisy this morning. How about you? Wake up that neck. Roll it all the way back. All right, now we're gonna go to the wall for another wall sit or a squat and hold. We're gonna add an extra challenge. Try bringing those hands up over your head. Soft bend in those elbows. Palms over your head. Lower that rear till the hips are behind the knees. Bend those elbows, hands over the head. We're gonna push the elbows and the wrists into the wall, belly button to the spine, so there's no arch in the back there. Curl the toes up. Now challenge those hips. Bring the knees a little wider. Curling the toes up is gonna challenge the quads a little more. Give me 15 seconds, you can do it. Find that focal point today and breathe into it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those hands and come up the wall. All right, guys, we're gonna go to the floor. Finish out our warm-up on the mat. Gonna start with a plank. So we're gonna get started on our hands and knees. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. You're either gonna slide those knees back or extend the legs. If you're on your elbows, those elbows should be underneath the shoulders. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either slide those knees back or extend the feet nice and wide as your base of support. We're holding it here for 30 seconds. Make sure that your chest isn't back here. If you're on your palms, rock those shoulders forward until the shoulders are over the palms. Up high on those toes, drop the heels back. Drop the rear, but keep the hips high. Squeeze those glutes together. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down to the floor. Excellent, great work. Extend the legs, point the toes, plant the hands, extend the arm. Let's stretch out the back here for a bit. Hold it here or join me on the elbows. Keep those toes pointed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna pop all the way up and back and go into child's pose. Bring your rear to your feet. Bring the knees out nice and wide with this one, keeping the rear at your feet. While you do that, extend the arms forward till that rear wants to lift up. Keep it down, drop the elbows and the head, holding it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands. Let's go back on our hands and knees and go into that balance and coordination exercise. That's going to stretch out the back, called bird dog. We're going to reach out opposite arm, opposite leg. So reach out, arms parallel to the floor, legs parallel to the floor. Flex that foot, don't point it. Big exhale as you extend all your limbs here. Big exhale and reach. Make sure those hips aren't rocking side to side. Knees come back right under the hips. Belly button is pointing straight down to the floor and it's not moving. Find a spot for that belly button to point to and don't let it move. It's going to help you work the core. Hands come back right underneath those shoulders. Knees come back wide underneath the hips. Give me 5 more each side. 4 more each side. Limbs still parallel to your floor. And 3. And 2. Give me 1 more each side, guys. Extend and reach. All right, now let's go on the back. Let's stretch out the back and fire up those glutes. So we're gonna go into glute bridges, heels hip width apart, fingertips to the heels. Let's roll the shoulder blades underneath us, curl the toes up to the ceiling, hinge at the waist, extend the hips high, rear tight, come down and relax. Up high, rear tight, come down and relax. Hips come straight up and straight down. At the top, the hips, shoulders, and knees should be in one straight line. You should feel it primarily in the glutes, in the rear and the back, not as much in the quads, even though you will feel it there. Now check in on your knees. They shouldn't come too far forward, inward or outward. Keep them over those heels. It's gonna really help you challenge those glutes. Give me 7 more and then we're holding. 7 and 6, 5 and 4. Breathe. 2, last one, hold at the top. There you go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathe. 2 and 1, relax. Okay, we're gonna start in a standing position with just our body weight. Make sure you have all your equipment close by. I'm gonna get started with some cardio, leg and arm work, and then we'll go to the floor for some core. So we're gonna start with no rope, jump rope. If you're not interested in jumping today, you can simply walk in place while you're twirl those wrists. So we're gonna get started with some wrist rotation, something that we start to lack the more that we work at a desk or use our phones. And then we're gonna get started jumping in 4, 3, 2, 1, jump 30 seconds. Again, if you're not interested in jumping, just walk in place, twirling those wrists. Get that heart rate up there. You got 20 seconds. Nice and high on those toes, challenge yourself. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. I'm gonna grab my 8-pound bells, going into weighted squats for a minute. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of the heels. We're gonna bring the rear back and down. Bells come forward in front of the shins and the calves. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Toes in front of the heels, toes up to the ceiling. Knees stay over those heels. I'm gonna demonstrate to the side. Inhale down, hinging at the waist, up and forward. Lower leg stays pointed up and down the whole time. Knees aren't coming forward. Back stays flat, neck in a nice neutral position. Inhale down, exhale up. Halfway there. Inhale down, exhale up. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna go into bicep curls. So we're gonna turn those wrists, feet stay hip width apart. We're gonna alternate forward and up, squeeze, forward and down, release. Forward and up, squeeze, forward and down, release. Charging that bicep. Now make sure that the wrists aren't curling or bending at all. I don't wanna see you doing this. No turning from the wrist. All the movement should come at the elbow and charging that bicep. Strong wrist, elbows stay glued to your side. Don't let them come forward like this or wide like this. If you're doing that, you probably have too much weight in your hands. So don't worry too much if you have to go down in weight. I'd rather have you have proper form than carrying a lighter weight in your hand. Squeeze that bicep. Give me 15 seconds. Squeeze the bicep, strong wrist, keeping that elbow to your side. You can do a lot of bicep curls in a minute. Hang with me. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, One more. And relax. Now, if you have a resistance band, we're going to switch up for that. Otherwise, you can use a lighter weight. So we're going to hold the band, and then we're going to wrap the band around a couple times in our hands. I'm just demonstrating here because a lot of people tend to wrap it around the wrist. Instead, you want to wrap it around in between the thumb and the pointer finger, just a couple of times until you have about 1 foot or 1.5 foot of band in between your hands. Palms are forward, knuckles to the back, just hold onto that band. Otherwise, grab your light belt. So we're going to do a shoulder exercise. We're going to reach to the ceiling, pull apart just a little bit, bringing that band behind your head and up and pull apart slightly in the front. Don't have to like tug like this on the band. You're just going to strain your neck and shoulders with that. Your body should naturally just pull it apart a little bit. Shouldn't feel a lot of tension here. Don't worry, you're going to be working hard, getting a lot of repetitions here. We're doing this for a minute. Working on our overhead range of motion, toning the shoulders, upper back, and the chest. Elbows high and wide. Going to the back and then to the front. Now, as you're doing this, make sure you're not moving your head a lot. You don't want to be straining the neck, so you don't want to be moving the head in order to get that band behind and in front. Give yourself a little bit of a double chin and keep your chin right over that belly button. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Now we're going to do bicep curls with this band. Otherwise, you're going to switch back to your bells. We're going to step on the band, knuckles to the back, palms to the front, elbows to the side. This should be a little more difficult than using a bell, so we're going to alternate forward and up, squeeze, forward and down, release. Forward and up, squeeze, forward and down, release. Have a soft bend in your knees. Pull that belly button into the spine. Doing bicep curls with a band can be more difficult, causing your elbows to come forward a little bit. So really focus on gluing those elbows to your hips. Your wrists are also going to want to bend more with this one. So use my suggestion earlier, keeping that wrist straight and strong, making sure the movement is coming from that bicep and the elbow. Now, with the resistance band, we're obviously going to focus on that upward face, but I also want you to focus on the downward face. So upward and squeeze, and then resist that resistance band on the way down. Resist gravity on the way down. Every movement should have purpose. Forward and up, squeeze, and resist. Up and squeeze, and resist. 15 seconds. Then we're going to go into another round of no rope jump rope. Squeeze and resist. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me one more. And relax. Let's get rid of that band for now. I'm going to go into no rope jump rope. Twirling those wrists, working on that wrist rotation. And let's start jumping. 30 seconds. Nice and high on those toes. Catch your breath. Breathe from the belly. It's so amazing how things like jumping rope and jumping jacks were so easy in grade school. Got to work for it now. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. Now grab your equipment. You're going to go to the floor. You're going to need all that done there. We're going to start with just our body weight though. Work on those lower abdominals. We're going to go into scissor kicks. So now if you have any lower back pain, I want you just to do a V-sit here with your heels hip width apart, arms parallel to the floor, drawing the shoulders back for 30 seconds. For scissor kicks, thumbs under the rear, palms at the floor, extend the legs, point the toes, soft bend in the knees. We're going to elevate the legs to 45 degrees, head, neck, and shoulders up. Give yourself a double chin, over, under with those feet. Over, under, 30 seconds. So scissor kicks or a V-sit, whatever you're comfortable with this morning. Over, under, over, under. Challenge those hips. The more you move those feet, lower the feet are to the ground, the more you're going to feel this one in those lower abdominals. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, bring those arms over the head, stretch out the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's go into a seated position with our resistance band. I'm gonna go into roll-ups, a core exercise. If you don't have a resistance band, you can go into full body sit-ups, just tuck your feet underneath a piece of furniture, or you can go into crunches. So my feet are hip width apart, the band's wrapped around the middle of the bottom of my foot. I find I don't get enough resistance with this one by holding onto the handles. So I like to hold in the middle of my band. Here, keep the feet nice and wide, hip width apart as I roll the shoulders back. Use that resistance in your lower abdominals to come back into that seated position. All the way down, all the way back. Whatever core exercise you're comfortable with. This morning for 1 minute, allow those shoulders to fully relax on the floor. Inhale down, exhale up, keeping that soft bend in the knees. Now the wider the feet are, the more resistance you're gonna have again, and the more you're gonna challenge the hips. Inhale down, exhale up. We've got 30 seconds. Now it's great you're using that resistance on the band, but make sure you're also using those lower abdominals. Focus on the belly button down to the pubic bone, bringing you up as you breathe into those toes. 20 seconds. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Give me one more and relax. Now, everyone, we're going back down to the floor, whether you have a resistance band or not. We're gonna do double leg lifts. So if you don't have a band, you can stick your thumbs underneath the rear and join me for double leg lifts or alternating leg lifts. If you have a band, you're gonna pull on that band, bring the heels up over the hips, soft bend in the knees. Big exhale as you lower those feet about 1 inch or 2 off the floor. If you're using the band, your feet are gonna be flexed to keep support on that band. If you're not using a band, point the toes. If you have lower back pain, I'm gonna suggest that you do alternating leg lifts, raising one, lowering one, and then switching. Try to get those heels as high as you can over the hips. Big exhale as you lower 1 inch or 2 off the floor. Big exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those feet, come into a seated position. We're getting rid of that band. We're gonna go into a body weight exercise to work the core, and then we're gonna really have to work on our coordination with this one. It's called the dead bug. Knees are wide over the hips, lower leg parallel to the floor, feet are flexed. Fingertips are up to the ceiling. Now we're gonna extend opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're extending the right leg, heels 1 inch off the ground, back of the left hand is to the ground over my head. But the trick is keeping this right hand pointing towards the ceiling and then come back. Now switch, extend the left leg, right arm, come back to center. A lot of people wanna bring that other hand along with their knee, which is totally fine, but you really work the mind and body coordination more if you focus on keeping that hand up towards the ceiling. Don't get too frustrated with it. Push that belly button into the spine. Heel comes about 1 inch or 2 off the floor. Back of the hand comes all the way to the floor if you can, over your head. Work on that range of motion over your head. We're working the whole body here. We're working on our range of motion with the shoulders, working the quads here and the legs, and then we're working the lower abdominals. Give me 15 seconds. Big exhale. Big exhale. Give me one more. And relax. Now we're going to stay on our back. We're going to grab our belts. We're going to go into a glute bridge hold with a chest press for 1 minute. Elbows are out to the side of the shoulders, knuckles facing away, feet hip width apart. Now we're going to extend the hips high, rear tight, and hold. Now a chest press up and pull down. Push up and pull down. Hips, shoulders, and knees aligned. Bells touch over the chest, soft bend in the elbows. Elbows come back down to the floor, out to the side of the shoulders. Doing this for a minute. Challenge those glutes. Squeeze the rear together. Keep the hips high and that rear tight. 30 seconds. Push from the chest and pull down wide. Push from the chest and pull down wide. Curl the toes up to challenge the quads a little more. Push through those heels, 15 seconds. After this, we're going into another round of scissor kicks or a V-sit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, let's get rid of those bells. Scissor kicks or V-sit. Thumbs underneath the rear. Point the toes, soft bend in the knees. We're gonna elevate the legs to 45 degrees. Head, neck, and shoulders comes up. Over, under, feet over, under. Give yourself that double chin. Lower the feet out, the more you're gonna feel it. Over, under, over, under. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those feet, extend the arms over the head, stretch out the whole body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, we're gonna go back to the top, standing position with just our body weight. Another round of no rope, jump rope. We're gonna twirl those wrists. 3, 2, 1, let's start jumping. Jumping or walking in place, 30 seconds. Nice and high. Breathe from the belly, you got 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab those bells. We're gonna go into weighted squats. Feet hip width apart, toes in front of those heels. We're gonna bring the rear back and down, hips up and forward. Rear back and down, hips up and forward. 1 minute of weighted squats. Go at your own pace. Hips in rear behind those knees. Again, lower leg stays perpendicular to the floor and we're curling those toes up. Excellent effort this morning. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Halfway through, and then we're gonna go into bicep curls. Inhale down, exhale up. 20 seconds. Get that rear low. Challenge yourself. Challenge those glutes and the quads. Try to bring those bells to the floor. Keep your back flat. Give me 3 and 2. Give me 1 more. And relax, catch your breath. Turn those wrists. We're going into alternating bicep curls. Forward and up. Forward and up. Again, with these bells now, we're going to focus on that downward phase. Squeeze, slowly release. Squeeze, slowly release. Nice job. Try to bring those bells all the way up to the shoulder. Keep those elbows glued to your hips. Now engage the core. Tilt the pelvis forward, tighten that rear again. Pull that belly button into your back. 20 seconds. Strong wrists. They should be getting heavy. Don't let that wrist do the work. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me 1 more. And relax. We're going to switch up for that resistance band if you have one. We're going to go into those overhead pull aparts, wrapping that band around 2 or 3 times. Foot or a foot and a half of band in between the palms. Palms forward, knuckles to the back. Going to reach up, pull apart to the back. Reach up, pull apart to the front. So we're toning the shoulders, the chest, and the upper back here, as well as those underarms. This is a great tank top exercise. Just pull apart slightly. Now again, make sure that your head isn't moving. No extra strain in the neck, okay? Nice neutral position, giving yourself a little bit of a double chin again. 30 seconds, slight tug. Slight pull. Tighten up that core, tighten up that rear again. Give me 15 seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's step on that band or bring out your bells. We're going to go into bicep curls again. Feet hip width apart, elbows to the side. We're going to go forward and up, squeeze, and down. The wider your feet are, the more resistance you're going to have. So if you're not feeling enough resistance with this band, which I'm sure you are, but if you're not, you can bring those feet wider apart. If you feel too much resistance, just bring the feet closer together. Make sure you have a soft bend in the knees. That's going to help your back. Focus on that downward phase again. Squeeze, resist, squeeze, resist with purpose. We have 30 seconds. Then we're going into our final round of no rope, jump rope. Focus on those elbows. I hope they're not coming forward or wide. Keep them in place. You've got 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and give me one more. Relax. Let's get rid of that band. Keep it close by. We're going to twirl those wrists. We're going to get started jumping in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds. Up high on those toes. This is your last round. Go all out. Nice and high on those toes. Breathing from the belly. 15 seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. Let's go to the floor. Keep that equipment close by. We're going to get started with scissor kicks or a V-sit. Thumbs underneath the rear. Legs extended, soft bend in the knees, toes pointed. You bring those legs to 45 degrees, head, neck, and shoulders up. Over, under, over, under. Keep those toes pointed. That's going to help your back. Soft bend in the knees. That's going to help your back too. You want to challenge yourself. Bring those feet even lower. Challenge those lower abdominals. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those feet. Extend the arms over the head. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's come into a seated position to go into resistance band roll-ups. Or sit-ups or crunches, feet hip width apart, soft bend in those knees, crisscross the band. Get lots of resistance on the band with this one. Roll all the way back, shoulders to the floor. Big exhale and sit up. If you're doing crunches, fingertips should be behind the ears, elbows relax, and each time you come to the floor, those elbows should be touching the floor. Head, neck, and shoulders only needs to come up 4 to 6 inches. Inhale down, exhale up, breathing into those toes. Inhale down, exhale up. Again, it's great you're using your resistance, but make sure you're also using those lower abdominals to bring you up. Pull that belly button into the spine. See the difference? Pull that belly button in. Keep those feet wide. Challenge those legs. Inhale down. Heels stay on the floor. I know your feet want to come up, but push those heels into the floor. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to stay here. Excellent. We're going to go into double leg lifts or single or double leg lifts without the band. We're going to push those heels up over the hips. Big exhale as the heels come an inch or two off the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep those feet hip width apart. Don't let them touch. If you're not using a resistance band, make sure that the toes are pointed and you have a soft bend in the knees. If you're using a resistance band, soft bend in the knees and the feet are flexed to support that band. Push that belly button into the spine and exhale into the ceiling as those feet lower an inch or two off the floor. Big breath out. Big breath out. Hang with me, we've got 15 seconds. Then we're gonna go into that coordination exercise, the dead bug. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way to the floor. And get rid of that band. Now we're gonna go on our back. 1 minute timed exercise, that dead bug. Knees wide over the hips, feet flexed, fingertips to the ceiling. We're gonna extend the right leg, left arm. Come back to center. Left leg, right arm. Heel an inch or two off the floor. Back of the palm to the floor over your head. Fingertips on the other hand, pointed up at the ceiling. Pull that belly button into the spine as you extend that leg. Big breath into your ceiling. Excellent effort. If you need to take a break with your back, feel free to take it, but get right back into it. We've got 20 seconds. Belly button into the spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those feet down. Let's stretch out that back with a glute bridge with a chest press. Elbows out to the side of the shoulders, feet hip width apart. We're going to extend the hips high, rear tight, and now we're adding that chest press. Hips, knees, shoulders are aligned. Don't lose that form. Squeeze the glutes together. Tighten up that rear, curl the toes up to challenge the quads. Knees should be over those heels still. Press up, bells touch over the chest, soft bend in the elbows, and then those elbows are coming straight down to the side of your shoulders. Breathe out, pull down, breathe out, pull down. You've got 15 seconds, and then we're finishing out with scissor kicks or a V-sit for 30 seconds. Don't let that rear drop, keep it high. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, get rid of that equipment. You are done with it. 30 seconds of scissor kicks, thumbs under the rear, extend the legs, point the toes, bring them up to 45, head, neck, and shoulders up, over, under, challenge yourself this round. Get those feet nice and low. Point those toes, soft bend in the knees. Head, neck, and shoulders up. Make sure you have that double chin. You got it. Give me 15 seconds. Breathe into those toes. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those feet down. Extend the arms over the head. Stretch out the back. Great effort this morning. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's take our time getting up and stretch it out together for a couple of minutes. Do some full body stretching. Feet are wide. We're going to clasp those hands together, tilt the pelvis forward, tighten the rear, and reach up. And now bend to the side. Pushing through those heels. Stretching out the obliques, come back to center, and switch to the other side. Back to center. Now flip the wrist, push into the ceiling. Feet are hip width apart, push into the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands apart. Hands come behind the rear, chest comes forward, hands come back, soft bend in the knees. Head comes to the ground, hands come up. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come down, tilt the pelvis forward. One arm across the body, bring the other hand underneath and pull in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and switch sides. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, swinging that arm over the head. Grab that ear on the other side, pull away, drop the shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release, and switch sides. Pull away and drop the shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you had a great workout, and I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.